Well, we're back, and it didn't take very much time. We're joined once again with my Robin. Well, I guess that make me Batman. I am Batman. I guess. Well, I'm joined by Batman and Michael Panozzo of Birds Digest magazine, and my brother from another mother, and Nick DeLeon. Nick, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
All
Doing
right.
well. Well, let's just jump right into it, Nick. Congratulations on a hell of a world championship, man. I know it wasn't it. I'm gonna share this personal story because Nick is a good friend of mine, like I've mentioned a few times before. But uh, I got up early this morning, like at 3:30, and the first guy I message is Nick, and I don't know what time it is over there. Probably make it like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I was just getting
And
done with breakfast.
yeah, and so like I'm on like I'm just I was barely starting to recover yesterday from Vegas, so I'm like groggy eyed and all that. Anyway, I messaged Nick and I said I'm proud of you, man. Just trying to give him a little bit of encouragement. Now this is before the matchup, and what I loved was his response, and his response was, "Thanks, I'm not done yet though," and that was what I wanted to go and hear from you, buddy.
Yeah, it's been great out here. I mean, like I said, Tyler and Oscar throughout the week, helping me out and chit chatting with me about their experiences and what I have to look forward to and what everything entails with all this. Since this is my first trip out here, and they've helped me out with some of their stories that they've told from going overseas and being competitive and whatnot. And it kind of helped me push through after I lost my first match to Kazakhstan.
Yeah. What were some of the takeaways that you got from talking? What were some of the most important points that sank in with you?
I mean, Tyler, more like on the more the stories of like what it takes and like the hard work does pay off and to like keep pushing even though you get knocked down. And Oscar's the other way. Oscar's like you're gonna get beat more than you're gonna win right now because you're getting the seasoning. You're pushing to get to a point where you need to be and where you want to be. And he's all once you break through that wall, it's like nothing. He told me some stories that he was playing Niels first match, I think probably like 2012 or 2011, and he was down 10-0. And I don't know if he's okay for me sharing the story, but
You're gonna find out.
and his dad is like, he's all, I don't care what you do. You lost already. Go out there and just practice. You go out there and you practice, you will beat Niels. Just go out and practice. So he's all, screw it. He's all threw some water in my face, got out there, and he's all, Nick, I went hill. A weird one ball went in for him, and he ran out. But he's all, I practice. At that time, I practiced better than I did play in the tournament. So my dad just put it to me. He's like, just go practice. Who cares who Niels is? Like, and it was one of those things like that helped me. He didn't have to share that story with me, but when I'm playing my first match, I'm just like, okay, just ease through it. One ball at a time, one rack at a time. I lost a tough, gave away a couple games with Kazakhstan, and I just held my own, and I was breaking well, and I was playing safe when I needed to. And then Oscar kind of, threw that story at me, and I almost dogged it on my second match. You guys probably saw the video. I was talking about it. I have a chance to go up 8-6, and I dog a straight in like 3-foot 9 ball. I just get down and rush it because it was easy, and it goes 7-7. And I'm like, oh man, I go, here it goes. This is not how it's going to happen. So I just reset. I didn't even take a break when I probably should have. And he pushed out. I made an incredible one ball shot, and I ran out, and then I broke and ran. But the last three balls, man, I was shaking because I've never been in that position. Never been out here to just look around and there's world champion after world champion. And it would just help me. So that later that night, we all went to dinner, and this is when Oscar was sharing that story with me. And then when I went into it this morning, he's all, Nick, don't even give a shit. Sorry, but he's all, just go play.
Don't worry about it.
Go have fun. And he's like, don't even care, because right now he has more pressure on him than you to win that match. And he's like,
it's
just
true.
Go and fire at him. And I'm like, okay. So I woke up early in the morning, had breakfast with Shane and Tyler and Oscar and Hunter, and Thorsten, and we all sat there and chit chatted. And I mean, I haven't been around these people like this, and it just kind of like made it feel more home. So when I started my match with Ocean, I came out the gate firing. Like I was first, I was down 3-1, and he gave me some opportunities. I capitalized on it. I made some really good shots to get it back in the game. I'm up 5-3. I made 2 incredible outs on the 7 ball and on the 8 ball, and I rushed the 9 ball. I didn't go back to what Jeremy Jones told me at in Vegas is just stick to your pre-shot routine. He's all, even when you're nervous, but your pre-shot routine will never fail you. And I was like, man, I just never thought about it. So that helped me out in Vegas. And I was like, okay, I'll bring it over here. I'll do the same thing. And I just rushed it, and I missed the 9 ball to go up 6-3, my breaking. And instead it's 6-6, me breaking. And, or sorry, 5. It turns into 5.
It should have been 6-3, and then it turns into 5-4.
Yeah, it goes 5-4, and then it goes 6-6, my breaking, and I scratch, and Ocean just takes full control of the from there.
I remember messaging Federer after he won his world championship, and it was right afterwards, and I was giving him, showing him some love, and I said, congratulations, man. Like, you look like nothing in the world bothers you. You look just like a machine out there. Like, you weren't nervous at all. And so many uncertain words, he was like, I was really nervous, you know what I mean? But what he said was, going back to what Jeremy told you, is he falls back on his routine, on his pre-shot routine, on his fundamentals. That's what sails him through those rough patches when up here you may be a little nervous, or a little worried. And I watched the whole match whenever he played Chang, from beginning to end, and you couldn't tell at all, and the fact that he was very open about that aspect of it. But it really just shows the value in giving those aspects of the game the respect that it deserves, because it'll go and weather you through those storms.
No, it will. And I mean, like, I'm learning a lot, especially with, the last couple of matches with Kazakhstan and Ocean. But I mean, I knew I had that chance to take that big lead, and it's huge against those guys. But if you don't capitalize on it, it's no good. So I just have to regroup and get back to the drawing board and put in more work. So
when you're in a match, go ahead.
I'm just thankful that I got to hang out. I mean, it was just really cool because I've never been in this feeling where Shane's there watching and rooting me on, and then same with like Tyler and Shane Wolf. I mean, we were all in the same little group. When Shane was playing, we all went over and watched. When Oscar was doing his incredible run, we were there. I mean, it was really cool that we all kind of came together, even though I haven't been on this platform. And this is my first time. So,
yeah. What does that mean to you going forward? I mean, it's almost like now, do you feel, you've gone to this overseas tournament, this international world championship with all these great players, you're hanging with the Americans and all that. Does it create more of that bond? Does it make you feel like you're more part of the action now?
Yeah, it makes me feel that I'm like, I belong. Like, I had to take a long time off from playing, and I knew I had what it takes to do it. And I felt like I was getting too old to do it. And my wife pretty much said, hey, quit your job and go do what you love to do. And I'm like, are you really sure you realize what you're telling me to do?
It's a trap, son.
That's a good woman.
Yeah.
That's a good woman right there.
The ring's already on.
I know a trap when I see one, Nick. That's a trap, my man.
And I came out like I wasn't going to go to Derby this year, but Emily came out with the Mosconi Cup, making 9-ball, the Mosconi points, and I made it a fact just to go play the 9-ball. So I made a trip out there, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I just knew that I wanted to go out there and I wanted just to perform and I wanted to do well. And I didn't know what the zeros next to our names was. I didn't know what the 1 was next to our names was. I didn't know anything besides I was playing 9-ball and I had to get to 9 before anybody else did. And going into 8th round, I lose, and Shane comes over to me while I'm at the booth, and he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm all right. And he's like, did you know you're the only American player undefeated? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, it just kind of like really kind of hit me there that like just because he's up here doesn't mean that he's not watching the belows, like, and seeing how everybody else is doing. So I thought that was really cool. And we kind of had a laugh because I scratched like 7 times in my 8th round, and it just like I felt like I was a beginner. It was like one of those like step backs, and then I got back into it. Won round 9, got into 10, and John Moore played perfect against me. But it was really cool to just look around and see Shaw and Cruz and the filler and just Shane and Roland and all those guys just around playing while I'm playing. So it kind of hit me, and then this one I didn't even think I was going to get any invites. Like Mike was my first call when I got
Not the
first
first call.
invite to World
Nick
Temple.
was blowing me up. Like when I mean blowing me up, Nick was messaging me daily, multiple times a day for over the course of a few weeks. And I had told Nick, I said, don't even worry about it, man. Like, you did good in Derby. Like, you're going to get a spot. Just don't even think about it. Because that's really what I thought, right? And Nick was trying to go and schedule out his next couple of months. And so he was like, I really want to know if I'm going to get to the World Championship. And I said, you know what? Because I know a few people, boys, okay? I got some friends here, right? So I messaged Emily, and I said, hey, what are the chances of my man Nick getting in? And she was like, not good. But it wasn't because of how he was playing, but it was because of WPA allocations. Certain federations get X amount and all that nonsense. Anyway, so I told Nick, and I know he was disappointed, but it was fantastic whenever he did get the invite. And even better, Nick, you made the best of it. I mean, I know it maybe wasn't the outcome you were looking for today, but there's no shame in being out in the last 64 of a field this deep. And really, it's your second event playing 9-ball where you put your stamp on it.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy with it. I'm not disappointed at all. I'm happy with my performance. I'm happy that I got to be around some of these guys and helping me out, and just willing to just throw out information to kind of help me get through it. And I'm just blessed to be here, that I actually had the opportunity to do it. And my goal was making top 64. And after I lost to Kazakhstan, I was like, man, okay, this is gonna be a fight. Like, I have to dig.
What's pretty brutal? You drew him in the World 10-ball too, and then you draw him in the 9-ball.
Yeah, I draw him back-to-back worlds. I lose Hill, my break in the World 10-ball, and I dry break. And he gets to play some really good safes. I kick out a couple of them, and then he really locks me up really tight. Like I'm in jail. I can't do anything. So I tried tying up the 2-ball, and he ran out with ball in hand.
Yeah. Well, it's great. It's a great run, obviously. And, now when you go back home, what's your biggest takeaway in terms of what you're going to work on or change or think about when you get back home and you go to the next tournament, and it's not in a huge arena with the 128 best players in the world? What's going to be your routine now when you get back home?
It's a lot, because we were talking about this at dinner, how we can be around all these great champions and we can do our routine here, but when we get back home and we can do it for a couple of weeks, and then we fall into, we're going to get another shot at the table. We're going to get another shot at the table because nobody's playing at or close to like being up there in our caliber or per se. Like, we have a lot of 650s, 670s, 680s that play good in Arizona, but sometimes we get more chances to the table, so we lack the focus. And I feel that for me, taken away is just believing and working on my pre-shot routine and my position play is going to be the most key. Because I feel that I did great. I felt really good when I was playing Ocean. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't like overwhelmed. I was just like, it's another match. Let's get to it. And I just missed a couple balls that I shouldn't have.
So what's your schedule like, Nick, after this?
Right now, I already booked my expo. I'm heading there since they switched that to 9-ball. So I'm signed up for that. I was going to go to the Europe tour at the end of the month, but that's my birthday, my son and my birthday weekend, and I have my kids that whole entire weekend. So I'm not going to do that. And then I just have to see what's coming out in May. And I always watch the calendar for Matchroom. So if they're adding more events or whatnot, I'm trying to hit every one of them.
Yeah. Do you think about things like Moscone Cup?
That hit me really hard at Derby. I just wanted to go and perform with the guys. I just wanted to go and have fun and play. And once they came out with their rankings, I'm pretty sure Mike tagged me in it or whatever. Right after that, like 24 hours after Matchroom posted it, that I was in the running for 2023. So that's I'm in as much as I possibly can be in. Like if I don't get the invites, like I told Mike, I go, if I don't forget the invites, then I'm gonna go play in some Euro tours because I need to get as many points as I possibly can.
Wow, good for you.
Thanks. Yeah,
Well,
it's just I'm living the dream. My wife is incredible, and I couldn't be doing it without her. So
Yeah, clearly. Yeah, good for you guys.
well, I try to tell you, buddy, that I'm proud of you, and I'll tell you again, I'm proud of you. It's I like that you're chasing your dream and you're being successful at it, and nothing with any of these guys comes in steps. I remember who was it, Mike? Was it, Albin loses in the final of a world championship and then comes back the next year and ends up winning the world championship?
Yeah.
I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
So you always have these stepping stones in careers, and this is just one of them for you because it's just the beginning for you. So best of luck, man. Continue to give them hell, and we'll be cheering for you, buddy.
Yeah,
I
good talking to
appreciate
you.
it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Nice meeting you as well.
All right, boys. Later.